What is up, guys? Welcome back. This week I want to talk about if size matters. But in all seriousness, I do want to talk about what focal lengths you should be using when it comes to video. And honestly, it's something that's very subjective. I just want to show you guys some examples of what different focal lengths look like when it comes to having a wide lens, medium range lens, or tighter focal length like a 70 millimeter or a 200 millimeter lens. We're going to be going over 5 different focal lengths. I'm going to show you guys the differences, and I want you to see if you see a difference and which focal lengths you like more. For me personally, I actually like the tighter focal length because it gives this compression to the image. But let's get into it. Let's talk about that. So basically, the normal standard for a lot of people in the film world or video world, they tend to film at 35 millimeters, sometimes even 24. I personally don't have a 24 millimeter. The standard is a bit wider, and when you shoot at a wide focal length, it'll allow movement to look more dynamic. And so if you were to shoot at a wider focal length, I would say that would be best if you're looking to shoot some sort of action, some sort of single shot gimbal move. I mean, also for like establishing shots, right? Like if you're trying to establish where the scene is taking place and you really want to get everything in the picture, that's when you want to shoot at a wide length. But otherwise, I feel like shooting at a 50 millimeter, which if you weren't able to tell, that's currently what I'm shooting at right now. All of my past videos, you can go take a look at them. I've been shooting at 35 millimeters, but in this particular video, I am shooting at 50 millimeters because I just want to see the difference. Yeah, you guys let me know what you think about it, if you like it more or if you like the wider look. But 35 millimeters, yeah, that's really for like establishing shots, for some action sequences, and they're also great for, narratives and talking head pieces. A lot of YouTubers use it. It's the vlogging lens, a 35, a 24, or the variable zoom lens, which is 16 to 35 normally, 18 to 35. I also have one of those. And yeah, that's normally what you would want to use if you're going to start a YouTube channel. Start off wide, then get yourself a 50 millimeter, and now you have 2 really good lenses in your kit. The 50 millimeter overall, the nifty 50 is, for some people, it's their first lens. I think for me, it was my first lens purchase that wasn't the kit lens. Yeah, I would say that a 50 millimeter is a good little lens to have in your kit. I definitely wouldn't recommend vlogging on it unless you have a full frame camera. You may have an okay chance at it, but I wouldn't recommend it. So this is the 35. Like I said, what you're seeing on the camera is my 50, and all right, and this is my 70 to 200 lens right here, this bad boy. So yeah, 70 to 200, great lens. What's great about it, especially if you get the 2.8 version, is that it's 2.8 through and through, from 70 millimeters to 200. For a lot of us out there on YouTube, it's the perfect B-roll lens because of the way that it isolates subjects. It's gonna look buttery. And then the background is just gonna be smooth bokeh. It's gonna be so compressed that it just looks nice. But again, it's a personal preference. For me, I like that look. I do definitely recommend that if you're gonna get a zoom lens, maybe start off with some prime lenses that are like the 35s, the 24s, or the 50s, maybe even an 85 if you really want one. But honestly, get a 70 to 200. That lens is just money. It is magic. I use it for portraits exclusively. And you may be thinking, why do you use it for portraits? Because it isolates that subject. It makes them look, it, it makes them stand out. Like, they just look instantly better on a 70 to 200. On a 35, they look great. They look good. Don't get me wrong. But on a 70 to 200, on an 85 millimeter, on a 135 millimeter, on a 200, 400, everything looks better. And I just can't explain why. The way that it looks, I mean, honestly, to me, the difference between 70 and 100 is very minimal. But once you hit that 200 range, that's when things change. Let me think. You know what? There are some films that have used tighter focal lengths like that. I'll play them over while I'm speaking here, but yeah, it's not the most popular lens out there in terms of like narratives. They're gonna mainly be used for B-roll, especially in commercials. A lot of commercials these days are actually using lenses that are tighter focal lengths. All right, so the big question. What lens do I use? And normally, for this type of setting, I use my 35. I use my wide lens to try, because it's just easy to set up. I don't have to worry about like, am I in frame? Like, I know I'm in frame. I know I will be in frame. Any wide lens, I just know I'm gonna be in frame. And if I have a lens, or if I have a camera that has great autofocus, then there's not too much to worry about. But when it comes to like B-roll, or when it comes to like making things look cinematic, I don't know. Sometimes I lean towards the 85 or the 50 millimeter. I just like the way that it makes the image look. At the end of the day, it just comes down to preference and what you want. Filmmaking is subjective, honestly. Like, do what you want to do. Do what you think looks good. And if you think it looks good, then it looks good. That's all that matters. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. If you found this video helpful in any way, feel free to subscribe. There's going to be more videos like this, more shoots that I'm going to bring you on. Stay tuned for next week. There's going to be a really interesting video that I'm going to come out with. But yeah, stick around, guys. Hit that subscribe button. Like this video so that way YouTube can push it out to others. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.